watch
I tell you what, the final nail in the coffin was for me is this goddamn elf on a shelf.
Hey.
What is elf on a shelf?
I don't know what it is either. I hear people talk about it all the time, elf on a shelf. They come in the store and I be, last few people I can say Merry Christmas to, and they go, elf on a shelf.
Oh,
what the hell does that mean?
It feels like they're replacing Christmas with elf on a shelf.
What is it?
I feel dirty even these words coming out of my mouth. It's a book about an elf, and then they make us toy elf, and you get it with the book, I guess, and the elf is supposed to watch the kids.
What?
You bring your elf toy out at Thanksgiving, and you set him up on a shelf or something and go, it's elf, and you give him a name. I think it comes with a name, like a Cabbage Patch.
It's like, I remember those Cabbage Patch dolls.
Yeah. Ugly.
Yeah.
But at least they was ugly and wasn't all up in your business like Elf on a Shelf. Elf on a Shelf is up there watching every little thing you do. How'd you like to be a 4-year-old kid and your parents go, well, here's a magical creature that's going to sit up here and like in England with a video camera on every corner, so you better watch your ass. This, to me, sounds like you're just conditioning kids to accept Obama.
What?
It's like you want it's the government in your life.
What did they?
Elf on a Shelf is.
Did the elf talk?
The elf don't talk. You can't even touch the elf. If you
What?
touch the elf, you take away its magic powers.
What? Wait, it's a toy? I didn't know
toy.
it had batteries in it and it
No,
talked.
you don't. It doesn't talk.
I
It's
thought
just-
it was sitting up there going, I'm watching you.
No, it doesn't do that. It's just sitting up there. And then when the kid goes to bed, the parents have to wake up and move it to a different spot in the house.
How the hell you know any of this? You ain't no elf on a shelf. You ain't got no.
Listen, okay, so I was doing it with this woman and had a few kids.
Why did I ask?
And I was up in it, and she's like, oh shit, I got to move an elf on a shelf. I'm like, what? That's what I said. And she said, I got to move an elf on a shelf when the kids wake up. They gonna know that the elf ain't magic or Santa ain't real or whatever. So it was up on a refrigerator, and she's put it in a linen closet. And so the kids wake up and they go, where's the elf? Where's the elf? I have to look for it. And they find it and they go, oh, he's watching this from the linen closet now.
Oh.
I don't like hiding things. So being surprised by creepy little elves.
No.
It's like Easter. It's like Easter when you hide the eggs.
I don't like that either. It's too close to that. You're right.
It's
Sounds like
mixing
the same
up
thing.
Easter and Christmas.
No. I don't like it.
And you stumbling over eggs on into June.
Yeah.
Rotten.
Take that with you. When you surrender, throw that in the pile.
Elf on a shelf.
Don't want
This woman, now parents got to keep up with moving the elf. Did I move an elf? Did I move it in the same spot? This woman don't even know who the daddy is of two of these kids, but she got to keep up with Elf on a Shelf.
All right.
Elf on a Shelf. And then the box say it's a Christmas tradition. That's what it says. Like,
What? It ain't no Christmas tradition. They just come up with this.
They're
This ain't-
saying it's a Christmas tradition.
You
so
can't just say something's a Christmas tradition and then it is. That
I
don't
know
make any
it.
sense.
I know it. It shouldn't say on the fucking box it's
Hey,
a tradition.
watch your mouth.
It's a tradition because it becomes a tradition. You don't buy it already a tradition in a box. It's only been around since 2005. We started making our things in 2005.
Something like
We're the
that.
same age as Elf on a Shelf.
Oh.
We sure as hell ain't no tradition.
No. No kind of tradition at all.
Nope, man. Elf on a Shelf had made like $1 billion.
Well, we sure as hell ain't no tradition then.
Elf on a Shelf.
I
A tradition grows naturally, organically. Like one year, like you family sits around, gets drunk on schnapps. And then next year, you go, hey, you got any more of that schnapps? Hell yeah, I do. Yeah, let's have some of it. Then third year, like, I can't wait to go to the Granny's and get some of that schnapps with Uncle Tyler.
That's how these things start.
That's a tradition.
Yeah.
You don't go to Target and it says tradition. You don't go to the tradition section to start a new tradition.
No. Well, Elf on a Shelf ain't no kind of tradition for me. I don't do it. I wouldn't want no toy moving it around. No, sir.
So these kids grow up knowing that something's watching you. So when the government controls the internet and the computer eyes watching them watch porn. They know what kind of porn they watch, and they sell that to Mark Zuckerberg so he can get on Facebook and say, you like this kind of porn? Would you like this for 99 cents? And they send them an email, and Google says, oh, they like this kind of porn. And then Obama's in the White House looking at everybody's porn preferences saying, I rule the world.
What?
That's all Elf on Shelf.
Elf on a Shelf is what?
Elf on Shelf it ain't just the end of Christmas, Jackie. Christmas is the end of America thanks to Elf on Shelf. So when you say war on Christmas, folks, I say good. Good. Yeah, Christmas is over.
Enough
Elf on a Shelf.
If this is what Christmas has turned into, it's time to put Christmas out of its damn misery.
Look, they already marketing to you. You're going to watch everything you do. It's a tradition, so you got to have it. All these kids are growing up with it. It's going to wind up, if you don't have an Elf on a Shelf, you're going to live in a compound like Waco. This is going to be the only people that Elf on a Shelf going to be holed up. And the government going to be outside Janet Reno shooting elves on shelves through the windows.
What?
Exploding elves on shelves. You trying to throw them back for the whole thing. The attic catches on fire.
All right.
It's just going to be a nightmare. That's where we're headed to. People worried about FEMA camps. They all be worried about Elf on Shelf camps.
That's enough.
I don't mean to rant on this.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
I understand you getting upset about it, but.
So, good. What? Christmas, you can have it.
Take it.
Nip it out. Rip it out like a cancer.
It ain't what I thought it was. It ain't what it is no more. Just like America. Everything's different. Everything's different now.
Everything we thought we loved is horrible.
I know it.
And is bringing about our downfall. Everything we thought we loved has brought about our downfall.
Well,
thanks, Christmas and America.
Well,
are you okay? I just dropped a lot of science on you.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
I'm not crying.